But let's go back to Belichick, obviously a very illustrious career, parting ways with the Patriots. But this is interesting because not only is the head coach, but he's a GM. I think you said it before, he's a terrible GM. But talk about what that means as far as the structure goes. You're not just losing your head coach, you're losing a front office guy. So what does that mean when these two teams part ways?
Yeah, it's a total rebuild. And this is really hard for Patriots fans to feel right now and to hear. But, I have a boss at Yahoo that is a big Patriots fan. And we were on a call one day and he got on. He's like, have you guys ever heard of this site called Tankathon? Like, it tells you where everybody is in their draft order. I lost my mind because as a Raiders fan, I'm looking at Tankathon by like the third week of September every year, right? Like, this is the way the other half has lived. And what happened when Brady left is that I think a lot of people just presumed, okay, we'll just find another Brady. Mac Jones has proven that it's not that easy. What happens when Belichick leaves is now Jerod Mayo is going to have to step in and replace Belichick. And it's not that easy, but they're also going to have to establish just a regular course of football, right? They're going to have to figure out what the GM situation looks like. They're going to have to figure out what the front office situation looks like, checks and balances. And like the hard part about that is it goes wrong more than it goes right. The year the Eagles were in the Super Bowl with Doug Peterson, I went back to the ESPN.com article from the year he was hired to see how they ranked the head coaches. And what was interesting to me is that Doug Peterson was ranked last by ESPN.com of all of the coaches hired in that cycle. By the time he got to the Super Bowl, not only had he been ranked last that year, he was the only coach from that list that still had their job. Everybody else had been fired. And that just shows you how wrong we even get when we're trying to figure out who the good hires are. Like Robert Saleh was supposed to be a given. Like this was easy. And Robert Saleh now is wildly on the hot seat. Like I mentioned, Houston is a team that couldn't get it right until they did. The hard part for Patriots fans they're going to have to realize is that what they've lived with Mac Jones at the quarterback position isn't uncommon. You swung and missed on a quarterback in the draft. It happens to everybody. Now you're going to find out if you swung and missed on a coach, if you swung and missed on a GM. This is what most teams go through. It's just when you've been good for 20 plus years, you don't realize that this is what most teams go through. So right now in an era where you've got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes basically as the new Belichick and Brady, the Patriots have to deal with the fact that they're not only likely going to be bad, if they don't get this absolutely right, they're going to become irrelevant again, and which they were in the late 90s. Like they're going to be a bad football team. And that's hard to soak in right now in this moment. So this is a real transcendent appreciate what we just had because you may never have it again in New England moment.